To my incredible audience, thank you for joining me here. Your support means more than I can ever express. Every comment, every view, every moment you spend listening to these stories fuels the heart behind them. And I promise you, this one will grip you in ways you won't forget. The phone screen glowed in my hand, mocking me. 10 missed calls, 20 messages, all from her, but they wouldn't go through. Connection lost, it said, like some cruel joke designed to cut me off from the only person I thought I could trust. I stared at it, my chest tightening, every pulse echoing in my ears. Something was wrong. I could feel it in my bones. I tried her favorite coffee shop first. The one where we had spent lazy Saturday mornings laughing over burnt croissants and coffee-stained novels. The barista shook her head. She hasn't been here all week. Not even a glimpse. My stomach sank. A week. How long had she been gone without a word? Back home, the house felt different. Empty, though she had packed nothing. No suitcase left by the door, no note. It was as if she had evaporated into thin air, taking the warmth of our home with her. I sat on the couch, phone in hand, replaying our last conversation over and over in my head. She'd been distant, sure, but she'd laughed, kissed me on the cheek, whispered, "I love you," like she always did. What changed? By the second day, panic mixed with frustration. I went through the motions of our life. The laundry she always reminded me about. The bills she liked to organize. But every corner of the house screamed her absence. Then I noticed it. A small envelope tucked behind the photo frame of our wedding picture. My name, written in her neat handwriting. My hands shook as I tore it open. "Forgive me. I need some time to figure things out." That was all it said. No explanation, no clue. Just a trail of questions that burned into my mind. My chest felt hollow, like she had siphoned the air from the room along with her presence. I wanted to call her, text her, chase her down, but the phone refused to connect. I spent nights pacing our bedroom, touching the things she had touched, hoping to find a sign, a trace. And then a flicker of suspicion, receipts hidden in the drawer. Coffee shops I had never heard of, hotels booked under her name, but not ours. I held them like confessions in my hands, each one heavier than the last. Her handwriting, precise, neat. Yet these were secrets she hadn't shared with me. My mind raced. Could it be work? A retreat? Something for herself? No. I knew her better than that. This felt deliberate. My heart sank with a weight I couldn't name. I started retracing her steps. The places she had always loved. The friends she often spoke of but I had never met. The quiet corners of the city she wandered alone. And then the small cafe by the river, one she claimed never existed. I watched from a distance, hiding behind the shadows of the trees, my chest pounding as she walked in, laughing at something a man beside her said. The way he touched her shoulder. It was casual, intimate, familiar in a way that should have been mine. I wanted to scream, to run, to demand answers, but I couldn't move. I could only watch as she erased the world we had built together, one small step at a time. Weeks passed, and the walls of our home grew colder. The phone remained silent, the mail piling up with bills she normally would have sorted. I couldn't eat, couldn't sleep. The house became a mausoleum of memories. Photos turned downward, clothes left untouched, the scent of her perfume lingering like a ghost in the air. I started leaving notes of my own, little reminders that I was here, that I was waiting, hoping she'd come back and explain. And then she did. One evening, she walked through the door, suitcase in hand, smiling as if nothing had happened. Relief, almost overwhelming, surged through me. I wanted to run to her, embrace her, forgive her immediately. "Where were you?" I asked, voice trembling, eyes searching for the woman I had loved. She paused, hesitation flickering across her face, and then said something that shattered the fragile calm. "I needed space. I went away to think." Her voice was calm, casual, too calm, like she had rehearsed it 1,000 times. "I didn't want you to worry." I laughed, a short, bitter sound. "Think. By disappearing for weeks, leaving me in the dark, letting me unravel? That's thinking." My voice cracked, tears blurring my vision. "You cut me off completely, like I was nothing." She stepped closer, reaching for my hand, but I pulled back. "Don't." The word was firm, final. I felt the betrayal in every fiber of my being. I wanted to scream, to demand a reason, but my voice wouldn't carry the weight of what I felt. Instead, I watched her, really watched her, and I noticed every lie she had hidden in the small details. The missing receipts, the hushed phone calls, the distance in her eyes. "I didn't know how to tell you," she whispered. "It wasn't supposed to be like this." But it was too late. The trust was gone, vanished along with the days she had stolen from me. I realized, with a sickening clarity, that I had already disappeared. Not physically, not yet, but in every way that mattered. The version of me that had believed in us, that had loved her without question, was gone. I didn't shout, didn't beg. I simply left. Took a small bag, a few essentials, and walked out the door, leaving behind everything we had built. The house echoed with my absence as her laughter faded into the walls, a haunting reminder of what had been. I had become the ghost she had never wanted to confront, leaving her with the hollow truth she had tried to conceal. Her secret getaway had cost her more than just days away. It had cost her the man she claimed to love. As I disappeared into the night, a strange peace settled over me. The betrayal cut deep, yes, but the clarity it brought was sharper still. I had loved fully, blindly, without suspicion. And now I loved myself enough to leave. She would have to face the silence she had created, the vacuum of trust she had shattered, and the echo of a life that was no longer mine. In the end, love is not just about staying. It's about seeing clearly, even when the truth burns. And I saw, with a clarity that only heartbreak can bring, that some departures are necessary for survival. The house remained behind me, the memories lingering like shadows in the corners, but I stepped forward, carrying nothing but the strength to never be invisible again.